Hey, welcome. If you're ready to really shake things up in how you think about your life and your ambitions, you are in the right place. Because today, we're not just going to talk about success, we're going to break down the art of personal success, step by step.
All right, so let's just jump right in with a huge question. We all throw around the word success, but what does it actually look like? What does it feel like? Is it just about the fancy job title, or having a certain amount of money in the bank, or is it something else entirely?
Well, the whole idea we're digging into today is that true lasting success goes way, way beyond those external things. It's not about what you have, it's about who you're becoming. So, let's try to come up with a better definition.
So, first things first, we have to figure out where we're even going. Think about it. You can't possibly hit a target that you can't even see. So, let's take a minute to define what that target of success actually is for you.
And here it is. This is the core definition we're going to be working with. Success isn't some prize at the end of the road, it's a state of alignment. It happens when what you do every single day is in perfect sync with what you deeply believe. That's the secret sauce. That's where that real, deep sense of fulfillment comes from.
Now, this is where it gets really interesting, when you see it laid out side by side. External success, well, it's kind of flimsy, isn't it? It depends on what other people think, and it can disappear in a flash. But internal success, that's solid. That's something you build, you own, and nobody can take away from you. It's about shifting from a life that just looks good to one that actually feels good. Okay, so the million-dollar question is, how do we actually build that kind of internal success? It's definitely not about just wishing for it or making some vague resolution. It's about having a clear, actionable plan. So let's walk through the roadmap. And here they are, the 5 key steps that are the absolute backbone of this whole framework. Think of this as your personal blueprint for building that fulfilling life. We're going to break down each and every one.
All right, step 1. And honestly, everything kicks off from here. Before you can even think about setting goals or building habits, you have to know what you stand for. Your values, they're like your own personal North Star.
So what even are core values? Well, you can think of them as your fundamental beliefs, your guiding principles. They are the why behind everything you do. They're your non-negotiables. So take a second and think, what really truly matters to you? Is it honesty, creativity, security, freedom? Getting clear on this is the bedrock for everything that comes next. Okay, so you've got your why. Now it's time to figure out the what. And that's exactly where goals come in. They're the critical bridge that connects your big abstract values to actual real-world actions. They give your personal compass a clear destination to aim for.
And listen, we're not talking about just any old goals. We are talking about SMART goals. This framework is a total game changer because it forces you to turn those fuzzy daydreams into a concrete plan. It has to be S specific, you know exactly what you want, M measurable so you can see your progress, A achievable so it's actually realistic, R relevant, and here's the key part, it has to line up with those core values you just defined. And finally, T bound, which means you give yourself a deadline. See, it's a whole system for success.
So you've got your values, you've got your goals. Great, but how do you actually make progress? Well, the secret isn't in some huge, heroic effort. It's in the small stuff, the things you do day in and day out.
And this quote right here just says it all, doesn't it? It's those little, consistent actions, the discipline to just show up, even when you don't feel like it. That's what stacks up over time and creates those incredible results that seem to come out of nowhere.
All right, step 4 is all about growth. Because let's be real, in the world we live in, if you're standing still, you're actually falling behind. To be truly successful, you have to commit to being a student for life. And learning isn't just sitting in a classroom, right? It can look like so many different things. It's really about staying curious. Every book you read, every conversation you have, and yeah, especially every time you mess up, that is a golden opportunity to learn and get better. And now we get to the final step. And this might just be the most important one of all. Because I can guarantee you one thing, no matter how perfect your plan is, you are going to face setbacks. The path is never a straight line.
So what's really important to get here is that resilience isn't about being invincible. It's not about never falling down. It's much more like being bamboo. It bends in a storm, but it doesn't snap. It's about having that inner toughness to get back up, learn the lesson from what happened, and just keep on going, maybe even a little bit stronger than you were before.
Okay, so there you have it, the whole 5-step plan. But here's the thing, having the map is one thing, The real test, the real challenge, is actually starting the journey. And just look at this comparison. It says it all. Knowing the path, that's passive. Anyone can do that. But walking the path, that's active. That's where the transformation happens. It's really easy to just listen to this and think, yeah, that makes sense, but absolutely nothing changes until you put that theory into practice.
Okay, let's bring this all back down to earth. Let's make this super real for you, right here and right now. Forget about the whole 5-step journey for just a second. Just focus on one single thing.
We've walked through these 5 powerful steps, right? Define your values, set those SMART goals, build your daily habits, never stop learning, and practice resilience. It's a pretty simple formula, but that definitely doesn't mean it's easy.
And please, remember this. This is not a one-and-done checklist that you just tick off. It's a cycle. It's a loop of constant growth. You're going to revisit your values as you change, you'll set new goals, you'll adjust your habits. Personal success isn't a destination. It's the journey itself. So, I'm going to leave you with this question. Not what you're going to do next month or even next week. No. Based on everything we just talked about, what is the one small, real step you are going to take today to start walking your own path?